All right. Good morning, Chuck. I appreciate you taking time this morning and going through this with me. This is super helpful for me. It is okay that I share this with corporate and with future investors, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. So tell me, while I am taking notes, post-it notes, because I do want to make sure that I can put training together if there's things that you need help with. First question, why did you choose real estate sales out of everybody else?
Well, I did a lot of researching other companies after speaking with I forget the name of the lady that called me from your company, and I just wanted to make sure that what she was telling me made sense. And looking at all the other people's materials, it was evident that those people were the type of the people that put up signs, excuse me, road signs, things like that you see. Where your company was different and actually had the leads and would give you leads consistently. So that's what made me go with you guys.
The coaches. So it's important for us as real estate sales to have real coaches. So according to Robert Kiyosaki, a real teacher is somebody that does it every day. We're investors. We are doing what you're doing, except at a bigger scale. How important was that to you in making a decision to work with real estate sales?
Yeah, that was very important to know that I could reach out and talk with you guys, or email, phone calls. Very important because getting started, there's lots of questions, how it all works and everything. So,
which you've already made that point, but how important to you was the leads to your decision?
Very important. Like I said, all the other companies that I was researching, no one offered any kind of leads like that. They were just telling you how to go get leads, how to find leads, call for sale by owners and things like that, which I've gotten numerous calls from people like that trying to get me to sign up with them. So I'm glad I'm not on that end, having to try to scurry around and try to get leads, from people that don't want to give them to you. So.
Right. Do you feel like you've gotten the tools you've needed to get to this point?
Absolutely. The website, like you said, with all the videos, how to do it, everything is very helpful. And I'm still going back and having to rewatch those because there's so much material there. It's you have to keep going back, refresh it till I get it down. But yeah, very helpful.
Right. So how long did it take you to get used to the process?
Not very long. I've done a lot of real estate over the last 15 years. So, I guess once I realized that, okay, we're sending out these letters when people call in, here's the script. So all I had to do was get the script from you guys on how to respond to them, how to focus on the leads when they do call in, what we're trying to get, what kind of information to find out if they're really ready to sell or if they're just a tire kicker or whatever. So that was very helpful.
So how long after you mailed your first batch of letters did you get a phone call?
Yeah, I think it was like in the first week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't too long after that you got your first deal. I mean, you've been rocking and rolling.
That's correct.
How long before you sold your first deal? So from the date of sending letters to the date of signing the purchase agreement on the first deal.
So yeah, it was the first week. Probably the next week, I got together with that fella and he signed up.
So when we sign people up, and you haven't been in that long, but when we sign people up, we tell everybody that we have the track to run on. We've got the process in place. If you follow the process, you'll be successful. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Without a question. Is there anything in the training that you wish we expounded on a little more, or anything not in the training that you wish was in the training?
I haven't found anything yet. Nope.
So I got to ask about your coach, and I know I'm your coach, but I got to ask, and I want you to be very, very truthful and honest. Have I been there for you every time you've called or emailed or texted?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you do for a career right now?
So I'm a landlord. I have a mattress store. Those are the only two things right now. I used to be a contractor, but I've moved away from that.
Think anybody could do this?
Anybody that wants to better themselves, yes. If they're willing to work, then yes.
Is that if you had a family member or a best friend, would you recommend us to them?
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Yep.
My last question, and to me, this is probably the most important question. And I just kind of want to wrap this all up, kind of put the bow on it, because I've really enjoyed talking through this part of it with you and making sure that I'm doing my job, making sure that the training is right. But if you went back a few months ago, or even a year ago, you said you've been working on it and trying to decide for quite a while. And if you were going to go back and tell you something, if you were going to look yourself in the eye 6 months from now, or 6 months ago, what would you say?
What would I say? As an A dummy, you should have signed up earlier,
So there's no regrets at all.
No, not at all. I'm so grateful that, I just praise the Lord for it, because I've been praying for a long time that He'd set me up with the right business, because there's so many things you can do. You can franchise, but those things are just, most of them are, I don't know. I looked at a lot of franchises, and I had a franchise once before, 15 years ago, and they're a totally different thing, and a lot different expectations and things like that. This just gives you a lot of freedom. Where a typical franchise is a full-time job, at least 40 hours a week, if not 60. This is something I can integrate my family into. They can help with me, and they do, and they ride with me, and meet the people and stuff. So that's been a huge blessing.
If you would, for me, expound on the franchise. Explain to me the difference between us and a franchise.
Right. So franchise, yeah, they're expecting you to do at least a 40-hour work week, if not a lot longer, especially being the boss. Most of them, you're going to have employees. Otherwise, if you don't, you're going to be doing all the work. You're going to be doing all of it all the time, and they expect certain things. I know you guys do as well, but this, you can run it as fast as you want to run it, or slow, because I could slow down the amount of leads to put out, so you can adjust that more. I mean, you could turn leads off if you're going to go away for, a week or two or whatever, I suppose. So yeah, this is so much better than a franchise.
I pay attention to our competition all the time. So the reason I'm asking you is that we're the only company out there that doesn't do a franchise.
Right.
Because we feel like that we're tying your hands together, and we don't want to do that. We don't feel like that's the right thing to do. There's 2 or 3 franchises out there that require a large amount for marketing every single month. I know one of them is a minimum of $3,500 a month, up to $7,000 a month. I mean, kind of explain to me. I mean, you've looked at several of them, the difference in between them and us. Have you looked at that?
Yes, and you're right. A lot of them, they want to, they want to charge you monthly for their coaching fees. They want to charge you, or they want a larger investment up front as well than what you guys charge. Some of them. And yeah, just a lot of different, a lot of fine print here and there, that makes it very, I don't know, just a little bit, more leery of what they're actually trying to get out of you. Where you guys have, it was like a 2-page contract, I think, and at the end of the year, then I don't have to have the coaching anymore if I feel that way. If I want to continue the coaching, I can as well. So that's nice. Yet I can still use your software, still use everything you've given me. So, it's a win-win.
Perfect. Yeah, with the franchises compared, there is, the coaching itself. A lot of those coaches, have they explained to you their coaches? Have they explained to you what you're getting there? how often you get coached, all of that?
Right. Most of them, they want to give you training at the beginning, and they basically, set you loose. They do say they have coaches available. Nothing like what you guys have, where you're always available. I can talk to the same coach over and over again, which is important. They have numerous coaches that, you have to explain the whole story to them again every time you talk to somebody new. So